damage. I'm the really damage. I came out and make the channel froze.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Indianapolis Colts. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
On the ready?
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Here we go, here we go.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now back to throw. Oh, looking for water, but this is intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage he gave up and giving him a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Okay.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Back to throw now on first down. Escaping, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
He'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Pulled in at the 24. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
2nd and 13. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Colts at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pass complete. He's got Wood streaking across the field. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lawrence. Touchdown. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Patterson now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll look to throw here on first down. Going for the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
19, 18, Pioneer. Go.
They'll look to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 19 Lions.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Deputy Ranger. Trap 50, trap 50.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to air one out. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
That's caught by Waller out left side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to Walker on 1st down. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run again with Walker. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He finds his man. Complete. It's just, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Colts pick it up. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates!
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the 1st half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lawrence. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick slant here to Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Left wing 19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This pass caught. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll drop to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll set up a throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Shaquille Leonard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go play action here on 1st down. On the move to his left. Pass out left, caught by Woods. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ready up.
2nd and 2. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 3rd quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
They'll look to throw again. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Darrell Taylor picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. In which you
touchdown, Colts! Tyler Boyd, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready up.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw out wide to Walker. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaquille Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in, and he'll be brought down at the 27. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him, and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 78 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Walker trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you got to match that.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Now, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Seven Pirates.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Cup 19. Cap. 79 Broncos.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
On the double.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. A give for Walker running right. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got it at the 10. And he's across for 2 points. Boy, a gutsy call right there, but the fake works. And they get the 2 instead of 1. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Colts, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.